In about a minute, it'll be exactly midnight, which is the perfect time for me to go dumpster diving. I don't actually know if I like the term dumpster diving. Very rarely do you actually dive into the dumpster. Normally you just kind of stand around the periphery and poke with sticks or your hands or the handy flashlight.
He's a poor boy, empty as a pocket with nothing to lose. Sing ta-na-na.
Ooh, that's a little wet. Pass. Dumpster diving was a recent skill, I guess, that I picked up just this past summer. I'd read about the positive social implications, and it just seemed like something that would be really challenging and funky and interesting to do. That is a formidable pile of donuts. What I really need, that pink thing, this appears to be the flat sheet from a set of bed sheets. I found the pink pillowcase to that sheet set a couple days ago, and I was gonna make a skirt out of it. I guess you could say I'm very proud of my clothing, and I like to think that all of it tells a story, every different item of clothing. This t-shirt I made for a trip that I took to France when I was in high school, and this whole thing was made from scratch. I've been making my own clothing, modifying my own clothing since I was a kid. This bag, nothing too special. It's just one of those items that I've made that's not too beautiful to look at, but to me it means a lot because it tells a story. That fabric was my curtains from my childhood bedroom. I put posters all over the dorm asking for old clothing or old sheets specifically, and I put my number up there, and people have been slowly either leaving in the laundry room or bringing to my room their old sheets and clothing that doesn't fit anymore. All that stuff is in a pile in my room, and I just got my sewing machine, so now I can really get cooking with making some more stuff. The recycling bins available in my hall are just a bastion, a wellspring of creative supplies. I make notebooks out of cardboard and paper that I find. Right now my math notebook is constructed out of an old movie poster that I found, along with just a whole mess of paper printed on one side. That was a free notebook for me because I took the materials. All I needed was 3 staples down the middle. And it makes me happy every time I look at it. Okay. It's 3:45 on Saturday afternoon, which is a perfectly respectful time for me to do my laundry. I think one of the hardest days of my life was when I was in India in the orphanage when I was helping out one of the dobies, and the dobies are the clothes washers. And they pretty much start at sunup, and they just work all day, scrubbing clothing by hand and beating the stuff out of it on rocks and hanging it up on lines to dry, taking it down, flipping it around, squeezing it out, re-sunning it. But I would wash 1 load of my clothing, and they would have been done with the clothing for 10 people, so they put you to shame. Since I've returned from India, the hugest change has just been that I've really stopped buying as much as I used to buy. I haven't stopped buying things entirely because, you know, there are necessities that I guess you need. I like to think that I'm trying to break my consumer cycle, this gut knee-jerk reaction that we have. If I need something, I'm gonna go buy it, because it would be much cheaper, much more environmentally friendly, much more socially aware of us just to borrow things or to make them ourselves. I don't follow any particular religious doctrine right now in my life. I don't follow any theological doctrines, but the certain kind of morality that I retain is just to be responsible, to not be wasteful, to not be hateful. And that's the best that I can do right now. That way I can ensure that in the end, I'm not karmically screwing anybody over. This is the part where I walk triumphantly back to my dorm and eat myself silly.